My name's Tristan. I'm the communications specialist here at Masslaw, and today we have Cynthia Cox, our newest master teacher recipient. So Cynthia, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am 43 years old. I've been teaching for about 16 years now, but I just made the jump from kindergarten to high school, so it's a big change. I have a 17-year-old son, and we are moving into a new place in Addison at the beginning of October.
That's exciting. What brought you to teaching? So 16 years is a long time. What has gotten your hold on it?
Well, it wasn't something that I always knew I wanted to do. I actually ended up going to art school and got my BFA in photography, and so I thought I was going to do something with graphic design, and then I kind of got into that work a little bit and realized that it was just sitting in front of a computer, and I really need more interaction. So the creative stuff is still part of my recreational life, right? It's just a hobby now, right? But I always liked working with kids, and I had some really good teachers growing up, and I think that teachers are able to make connections with kids, and sometimes be there for them when they don't have anybody else. So, that's my favorite part of teaching, is the relationships that I build with the students. So,
tell me a little bit about your school and your roles at your school. I hear kindergarten to high school. That's a huge jump.
Right. So I actually resigned from my teaching position in January of 2020. I was in my 5th year of teaching kindergarten, and there was just not a lot of support, and it was a real struggle, and it kind of became a do I want to be okay and healthy mentally and at home with my family, or do I want to keep this job, kind of thing. So sadly, I left teaching then, and I really didn't know if I'd go back to it or not. I ended up about a year and a half later admitting myself to a treatment center for alcoholism and mental health stuff, and got out and went into sober living, and I tried marketing, a marketing job for a little while, and it was just kind of not really what I needed to do for me, and so I started looking into teaching again, and started applying to jobs because I knew that I am a good teacher. I love teaching. It was just a struggle at the time, right? And sometimes you have to back away from something and then go back to it refreshed, right? So that's what I did. I made a lot of changes in my life, and Winford Academy Charter School is the first school that contacted me, and I applied to, just school after school, position after position, and I wasn't real particular. All I knew is that I wanted big kids. So they contacted me pretty quickly, and I was immediate, got back to the principal. My principal is Madge Ennis, and she's been with the school for, I want to say over 10 years now. And we set up an interview, and it went really well, and she told me about how rewarding it is to work at Winfrey, because it is a dropout recovery school.
Okay.
And so kids that have dropped out of school can go back to Winfrey. It's very flexible, works with their schedules so that they can work at the same time or whatever. We have a morning session that's 4 hours and then an afternoon session that's 4 hours. And it's self-paced. There's an online curriculum, and but we're still accredited. Actually, we just found out that when our ratings came out, that we are an A school for the first time.
That is awesome.
Yes, it is. And so, yeah, I wanted to teach English. I've always loved English. That was my favorite subject in high school. And so they brought me in. I had taught reading and writing in fourth grade for several years before I switched to kindergarten. And so they thought that I would have some good experience to bring with the kids having to take the STAR test and do the writing STAR and all that. And honestly, it wasn't that big a change, you know, going from, I mean, obviously it was with, I didn't get as many hugs. And I didn't have to care for the children the same way I did the littles, right? But it wasn't that different, you know. They're really not that different. They're just big kids. But I got my certification to teach high school English, K through 12, well, English K through 12. And we worked hard, and we did really well, obviously.
Okay.
And I don't know, I love it there. I feel like it was a God thing that I ended up there. I wouldn't want to go anywhere else. And we also have the Courage program at Winford Academy that is for kids with mental health stuff and addiction issues and all that kind of stuff, eating disorders, any of that. So it's actually really cool. It's run by a licensed therapist counselor, and yeah, he's in the classroom with the kids all day. And then they have like at the end of the 4-hour morning, they have a group session. Like I kind of fit right in because I go to my own group all the time, right?
Yeah.
So, but it's cool that these kids are learning to be vulnerable and talk with other people and work through their stuff. And that's one of my favorite things.
Age too.
Right?
That's awesome, because you see, you want hope, and you want, like, I'm from experience and from having friends dropping out of high school, sometimes not a choice. It's one of those necessary things. And like, I didn't know Winfrey existed just because I'm not from the DFW area. Whenever I found out about it, I thought that was incredible. So yeah, whenever we looked into who submitted your application, they had nothing but great things to say. Nothing but great things to say. And that, like, what you're doing is incredible. And I hope you know that this is purely for you, because you going in and out obviously says a lot about your character, and that you truly love kids and helping the community, and going to this school and just giving your experience, strength, and hope to these kids. It's amazing. We really appreciate that, and that's why we started the Master Teacher Program.
No, it's great that I can actually relate to the kids and relate my own experiences. I know at the beginning of this school year, we had one of last year's Courage students come back, and she shared that she was coming up on her 8 months of sobriety or something, and I was like, yeah, I just had my 15 months. And so it's really cool that we can talk about it, and that they know that it's okay. And like, because I think it's just been a stigma for so long that nobody wants to talk about anything but this is real life, right? So they need to know that it's okay to talk and grow and change, and you know, you're never just stuck in one place.
How do you enroll in Winfrey? Because I know you said that your enrollment is down because you all had such a tremendous graduating class this past year.
Yes, we graduated like 300 kids. So we have an admissions office. Our registrar is enrolling daily. All they have to do is call Winfrey. And of course, we're not the only Winfrey campus. I work at the Richardson campus, but there is a campus, a Dallas campus, Louisville, North Richland Hills,
I'm just out of the loop, I guess.
Grand Prairie. Yeah, there are a lot of Winfrey campuses. Of course, Richardson is the best. But no, actually, we are the only Winfrey campus that got the A rating. So
That is awesome.
that's a big deal for us, whatever. But yeah, no, they are ready to take calls, walk-ins, whatever.
That is awesome, and it's just completely at your own pace.
Mm-hmm.
That is incredible.
Yeah, and the teachers facilitate throughout the day in the classrooms, and then we also get time for focused instruction. We have something called AIM, where we actually can do like one-on-one intervention with kids. So we get some AIM time every other day, and then we get focused instruction time every other day. And so that really helps us to be able to prepare the kids for the state testing and for, I mean, a lot of them are taking the SATs, ACTs, and, you know, all that college prep stuff.
That is incredible.